AltaTv, and I'm joined today by Dominique Moore.
Hi.
Your CV must look pretty impressive because you've got down ice skater, professional ice skater, was model in Paris, was you have your own clothing line. You sung for the Peugeot advert, and of course you're an actress. So how did all that come about?
Well, I think I was a bit of a pushy child. I didn't have a pushy mum, I was a pushy child. And I'd just keep on and on at her, like, I really want to be on TV, or how do I be in the cinema, mum, or how do I go in the theatre? And she'd say, you're 4, stop being ridiculous. And then I'd just keep on asking, and I was one of those children who'd read books and then decide to act out what I've just read. And then it wasn't until I was 9, she said, okay, fine, you can go to this local drama place, drama classes. And I went to Sylvia Young Theatre School from 9, joined their agency, and then I got a full scholarship to go to the school full time, which was also filmed by a TV show called Paddington Green. So I got to audition and go to a school of my dreams, and train and learn everything that I know now.
So you've obviously done theatre and TV. What would you say it has been like the best for you?
I couldn't say that either was better. They're so different, and you learn so much, even and in film as well. You learn so much wherever you go and whoever you work with. I feel very fortunate that I've been able to do TV, theatre, film, radio, and sort of lots of different genres, because you do learn so much. I was in the original cast of The Lion King, which was pretty special because I got to work with Le Bohème and Julie Taymor, and we got to do the opening press night here in London. We spent a year auditioning and then over 6 months rehearsing. We got to learn all different African languages and just where it all originated from, and it was very, very special being a part of that.
So obviously when you're on set there's wires and like wardrobe malfunctions. What would you say has been the most embarrassing thing for you that's happened on set?
Well, I had an incident where one day on a show I was doing called Hotel Trouble, the caterers had made an amazing lunch. It was a barbecue, and I'm really, really greedy. So I decided that I was going to try every single thing that they'd made, just try a little bit of everything, to obviously show my appreciation for the food, and mainly because I'm greedy. So I did that, and then afterwards I was thinking, oh, I'm so full. My tummy was out here, bloated. And then everyone reminded me that we were filming an episode called Strictly Come Prancing. So the whole episode was sort of in leotards, dancing around. And my tummy's out here, I've literally just eaten enough for 5 people. And I thought, oh no, I've got to get my tummy down, I can't even walk, I'm waddling along. So someone said, well, just drink like some Coke, fizzy drink, and then you'll do a burp, and then it might make it a bit better. And I thought, oh, that's not very ladylike, but I will. And then if, I feel like I'll be all discreet and I'll be all ladylike. So no, I drank all this Coke, hadn't done nothing. So we were on set and the director said action, and the other actor was like this close to me in the scene. He said action, and then I went to say my line, but instead I just did like full on in his face. Probably the most unladylike and embarrassing moment of my life. And everyone was like, Dominique, that was disgusting. And obviously I didn't plan it to come out then, so I was mortified. And they still have the clip, and it keeps popping up every so often, which is not nice.
So how did you go from being an actress to starting your own clothing line, and kind of where does the inspiration for that come from?
I think it was literally just me being rebellious, because I remember my mum said, after I'd been to college, she said, right, well, you need to go to university. And I said, what's the point? Because I know what I want to do with my life. I've been doing it since I was 9 years old. What am I going to university for? And she said, well, then you have to get a job. I said, but I'm an actress. She's like, yeah, but it's not reliable, blah, blah, you need to get a job. I said, no, I'll start my own business. Didn't obviously think that will entail you doing a lot of hard work. But I'm one of those people who, once I've said I'm going to do something, I have to do it, and I do it well. Like, to my standards, I try and do it as best I can. So I started working with the Prince's Trust. I signed up for every single business course going, and lived in the British Library for about a year and a half, 2 years, just trying to learn and take in as much as I could about business. The only thing I was doing at the time that would be related to having a fashion business was that I like customising clothes. So I'd always cut up and customise and applique my own clothes and do it for friends. So I thought, well, I already sort of do that, so I'll use that as my business. I'll do it in fashion. And I'm quite opinionated, and I like to think that I'm true to who I am. And so I wanted to make something that promoted individuality and having your own voice and being proud of who you are and not trying to change for anyone. So I decided to make a range of t-shirts. And they've all got different phrases on, like against the grain, which I was actually wearing that t-shirt earlier today, but had a little accident, got some toothpaste on it, and so now I've had to change my t-shirt. But I was wearing the t-shirt that said against the grain. Got other t-shirts that say being me as only I can, I refuse to conform, I can be anything I want. And then they're all in braille on the left sleeve as well, so even if you're blind or visually impaired, you can still benefit from wearing something that makes a statement about who you are. So yeah, that's what it's about, just promoting people's individuality and telling them, and them showing other people that, you know, you are an individual, no one else can be you in the way you can, so you should be happy with who you are.
Talking about being inspirational to young people, we're joined by someone from Bite the Ballot.
Hi, I'm Mivan.
Nice to meet you, Mivan. Now, can you just tell me about the project about Bite the Ballot and what it's all about and basically its purpose?
Sure. So, Bite the Ballot is mainly aimed at young people and politics, and there's a lot of young people who aren't interested in politics at all, and fair enough, it's really boring, let's face it. It's mostly really removed from everything as well. It's usually filled with lots of political jargon. It's usually lots of old men in a really tatty old building just like talking nonsense a lot of the time, and we just want to bring it down to a level where everybody just understands it for what it is, and that's having an opinion. And everybody has an opinion, absolutely everyone. And what we try to do is encourage people to do that in a way that's constructive to society. So if you have an opinion about something that's happening to you as a young person, then you should be able to say that in a way that's political and in a way that causes the changes that you want to happen.
So what is it that Bite the Ballot is actually doing to get children and young people involved? Not children, but you know, young people involved.
Well, what we're mainly trying to do at the minute is get people on the electoral register. So there are very few people on the electoral register, and actually forget voting for a bit, because if you're not on the register, then you're not even going to have the option to vote. So currently we're going around schools and universities trying to get people just signed up, and that's mainly what we're concentrating on. But another thing that we're doing is getting people's voices heard. I know lots of people say that, but we're doing that in a way that we've got a survey going, which is why Dominique helped us to get this.
No, I was just saying that's what the viral's all about. It was first of all, people saw clips of it on the internet, and we kind of made out like it was real, and that Jamal from SBTV had been kidnapped by these people who didn't want him to encourage young people to have their voices heard. But then obviously everyone saw that it was a video that we'd made, but it got so many people watching, it was thousands in 24 hours, got so many people's attention, and we then sent them to the questionnaire that is online, and it's basically asking them to give their opinion on lots of different things that affect them, and then we're going to take all of these questionnaires and all of the information to Parliament in January. But she can speak more about that.
So obviously I can understand why you got involved, but what was the main reasons for you that made you want to get involved with this?
Well, I went to the day that they had at a Ministry of Sound, where they were just encouraging young people to register to vote, and I took my younger sister, and she didn't have a clue about anything, and she wasn't even interested in politics, and I'm not even interested in politics, because, and we had this conversation earlier, why am I not interested in politics? Well, things like fashion and clothing, or just things that I feel like affect me every day, things that I need to do, are promoted all the time to me. So I'm always seeing updates about different websites you can buy your clothes from, or what other people are wearing. But politics affects me every day just as much, but it's not promoted to me as much. So that's why I don't care about politics. But what we're trying to do is promote politics to younger people and help them realise that it affects you just as much as what the new pair of trainers out are. And that's what we're trying to do, and kind of just put it in their words and break it down so that they can understand how much it affects them, but how much they can actually have a say in politics.
I'm loving this. So how can I get involved in Bite the Ballot? So for young people, if they wanted to volunteer, or is there any way that we can get involved?
Yeah, of course there are. There are lots of ways you can get involved. So first things first, that survey. We definitely want you to do that survey, because the results of that survey in January are going to be going to all the main party manifesto writers. So that means anything that you say on that survey that you really care about will then go to the parties and will be like championing your thoughts, and hopefully they'll be on the party manifestos in 2015, so you'll have something to vote for, which is a great thing. Second thing, what you can do is, if you really want to get involved, you can there are resources on our website which mean that you can hold your own registration rally. So you can like break down how politics affects you every single day, and you can see what the numbers of people who are actually on the register and how it affects you. So if you go on the website, you'll see like lots of really cool like ways of interacting, like games and things like that, which you can do. Other ways of getting involved obviously are just speaking up every single day. Like, you have opinion, share it with us, share it with everyone else that you know, and make it obvious to everyone that politics does affect you, and don't be afraid to let your opinion out when it counts.
So is the survey on the website?
The survey is on the website. It's called My Manifesto, and if you go to bitetheballot.co.uk, you'll see it.
So everyone fill out that survey. We need you to do that.
Yeah, I have something to say. Sometimes the reason people aren't interested in politics is because your family or the people around you might have the opinion of, oh, that's for other people, it's not for us, it's a load of rubbish. And I have people like that around me as well, which is why I'm probably not interested in politics. But I hope that me being involved and Jamal being involved and all the other young people being involved will actually stop all that, break down those barriers, and help young people realise that no, it is so about you, because as Whitney Houston said, she believes children are our future, well, and you are. Like I said this earlier, once all the older people are gone and they're dead, the young people will then be the older people, and they're left to run the country. So they need to have the country that they want, and you can.
Blunt but true. Well, thank you for speaking to us today, girls. It's been nice talking to you.
You too.
And enjoy the rest of your day.